Well, you watched your faggy art film. I watched Sharknado 2, you fan. you piece of shit with your art films.
You hipster, you.
You hipster, you can't enjoy Sharknado 2. Not Sharknado 1, Sharknado 2, the second one.
The sequel to Sharknado.
Yeah, the sequel to Sharknado. It had a bit where a shark went into a tornado, and then a man jumped into a tornado with a bomb, and then he let the bomb go off in the middle of the Sharknado, and then like shark guts went everywhere. And his girlfriend got her hand bitten off while she had a gun on, and then the shark comes towards him and he takes the hand with the gun on out of the shark, and then he shoots another shark with the handgun.
Did he use the sharks to make a comment on racism?
No, it didn't use the sharks to make anything.
It just happened.
They just were. They didn't represent any kind of that shit.
Wow.
All it was some simple thing which you couldn't understand. If you watched it, your head would hurt.
Low boy sunglasses.
Okay, yep.
Because sometimes all you want is a movie. You just want to watch something.
Yeah.
You want to sit there and just watch it.
Yeah.
You just want to be there, bro.
Yeah.
You just want to see the movie, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's all you want to see. Sharknado. Would you recommend it?
I would recommend it, yes.
Would you?
Yes. That was the end of Bizarro of Waldo.
Bizarro.
You see, it's like Superman.
Isn't there like in the because like in the UK it's called Wally? Isn't there like an evil Wally? He wears like a yellow and black jumper.
If there is, tell us, and we'll make a bit where that
actually is a thing.
That's our thing now. We're gonna ironically do things.
He's like an evil villain, but he tells he's an evil villain because he looks like a bee and he's got like a twirly mustache. He's like the evil Wally.
Yes.
I don't know what he's called. But anyway, continue. Sharknado 2.
So, Sharknado 2 is the sequel to the smash hit sci-fi original film.
Sci-fi, don't you mean?
Sci-fi, fine then. Sci-fi Sharknado. It's basically just an excuse to do things more over the top. I've seen both of them. And the Sharknado tour.
You know what? I love bad movies. I've not seen Sharknado.
It's not The Room because it's intentionally poor.
That's just what I was going to say. That's why I object to these films.
Yeah.
I object to Sharknado.
The first one felt like they tried to make it on a budget but thought it was going to be good. That kind of film. It is trash, but it's funny, the first one.
Okay,
the effects, it's one of them where you laugh because the effects are so poor, but you would never think... The Room, Ben and Arthur, and Birdemic, and The Apple are hilarious because they're so misguided. Not so much The Apple, but The Apple is so bad. Well, The Apple had a lot of money, so it's different. Yeah. But those films are great because the people in it tried to make a great film. They tried to put a message behind it.
But failed miserably.
And they failed badly, but that's what's funny about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Sharknado 2 it's got loads of guest stars. The guy from Airplane plays the pilot.
Which guy from Airplane?
The main guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Robert Hayes.
Oh, that's weird.
He's in it, like a shitload of guest stars. The film is exactly as you would imagine a film of Sharknado 2 to be.
Okay.
There was barely anything to talk about the film, but we are living in the kind of we are the generation that allowed this to happen.
Yeah.
Sharknado 2.
It's partly us to blame.
It's the appreciation of ironic bad things has created a market for things like Sharknado 2.
Yeah. So stuff like the internet created a huge fan base for cult movies. You know, so like The Room.
Yeah.
Got big because of, you know, stuff like the internet. It spread like wildfire. Birdemic's the same. It's spread across the internet. So Bad It's Good has become a bit of a thing.
Yeah.
So's Camp. Camp's become a huge thing. And the ironic hipsters appreciating, well, I love it because it's so bad it's good. Yeah. Sharknado's at that point where it's like, oh, it's so bad.
Yeah.
But it's so good. It's just great. It's so bad, but it's so good. Like you say, it's created a vacuum. Do you know, like, there's thousands of shark movies.
Yes, there is.
I watched a guy. It's really fun. It's a really funny list.
Yeah.
It's like a top 60 shitty shark movies.
Yeah.
And honestly, you won't believe there's so many shark movies.
Yeah. Well, I actually watched this as a double bill, which I'll get to when we finish talking about this one. But Sharknado 2 is exactly the film you think it is. It's Sharknado 1, but more extreme. And there is a bit which is hilarious, where he gets sucked up into the Sharknado. He lets a bomb off in middle. then he rides a shark like a surfboard onto the top of a building, and it's just done so poorly. And
that sounds amazingly horrible.
it is. The film is funny when you watch it, but it's not one you're going to reflect on like The Room.
No, you're not going to.
And it isn't. You'd never watch it twice like you would with any of those kind of so bad it's good films.
Yeah.
This is a blatant attempt to cash in on that kind of thing. If you were to rate it, is give it like a 1 or a 10, because you'll either think it's hilarious or you'll hate it because of how bad it is and think it's a cynical attempt to do it. That's all there is to talk about the film. But directly after, I watched the greatest film ever made about a shark. What do you think that is?
Was it called Sharks? Was it Jaws 3D?
It was Jaws 4: The Revenge.
Oh, the one with Michael Caine.
Yes, and the one where, do you know what happens in it?
In Jaws 4?
Yeah.
Isn't it about where Brody's wife from the first film is haunted by the ghost of the shark? The shark's literally chasing after her or something.
It's the shark from Jaws' son goes after the Brody family.
That's it, yeah.
And apparently, in the novelisation of Jaws 4,
oh
The
my
Revenge,
god,
it's explained that the shark isn't actually. This is seriously true. In the canon of it, it isn't the shark's son.
Canon.
A voodoo priest cursed the shark to go to the Brody family.
Oh no.
Yeah, also, Jaws 4, The Revenge, has flashback scenes. Mrs. Brody has flashbacks to the first film to scenes she isn't in. So they do flashbacks to when they're on the boat.
Oh
the
my
three
god.
men.
Okay, now.
And she's seeing them.
Do you know that Michael Caine missed out on getting his Oscar?
Yeah, because he was reshooting.
Yeah. How depressing is that?
It is. Jaws is one of the most perfect films ever made.
Jaws is excellent. Yeah.
Every single aspect of it. It's perfectly acted by all three main cast.
Yep.
Its pacing is amazing. The 2 hours feel like one. The sound design is amazing. The score is just perfect. It's one of the best scores of all time. One of the most iconic.
And the direction is brilliant.
The direction is brilliant. It actually made me think of Star Wars in a way.
Oh yeah.
Because that film would be dreadful without the music.
Well, that's the thing. Jaws was going to be a B movie.
Yeah.
And Spielberg, because he's a better filmmaker than Lucas, elevated Jaws to a whole other level. He made it more about a personal story.
Yeah.
Spielberg's direction elevates the whole thing, and the editing and the music are just excellent.
But without those, it would be awful.
You see, I think to Jaws' benefit, the fact that, again, this is a case where I always say limitations make better films. You know, the fact that the Jaws puppet didn't work makes it scarier because you don't really see it.
Yep.
Spielberg's got to use loads of inventive techniques. So you've got the orange boy bobbing along.
That was brilliant. That's
good, isn't it? Yeah. Or you only get very fleeting glimpses of the shark at first. So like on the beach when the boy's swimming out and you see it for like a brief second. Oh my god, it's fucking huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so clever that, like I said, in the fact that the puppet was so shit and never worked.
Yep.
Spielberg had to find inventive ways of hiding it, and it makes it scarier.
Yep.
Because you don't know where it is.
Well, my favourite moment is he's throwing food out, and then he's like, it's not going to come, and it comes.
Oh,
but
yeah,
it's terrifying because each time before that dun 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 dun, the music builds.
Yeah.
And then it comes up. In this one, it just comes out of nowhere with no music. It's the best kind of thing they could have done. It's so scary because of that. And also, all it is using cinematic techniques. There's nothing inherently scary about it. It doesn't even attack anyone. It just bobs up.
It's all about the cinematographic space.
Yeah.
Because Brody is looking away. He's not interested. He's not, oh yeah, whatever. Yeah, okay, yeah, whatever. Holy fucking shit! I mean, you as an audience, you see the shark before Brody does, and you're like, oh my fucking god, the shark's better.
He
look
doesn't
around.
actually see it. I don't think. I mean, he hears it, and then he looks back, and it's gone.
Oh, that's
and
it.
It pops back up.
Because it's about where he kind of turns back. He's got the cigarette in his mouth. He turns back, and he's like, you're gonna need a bigger boat. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I've not seen Jaws in years, but yeah, that's a great moment. As an audience, you're like, oh my god, he's there, but obviously Brody's not seen him. Brilliant moment.
Brilliant. This film is perfect.
It's littered with those kind of moments.
Yeah. Or another favourite moment. Town's meeting. Scratches on the thing.
I was introduced to so many cinematic
techniques.
Cinematic techniques in this film. Yep. The contra zoom used is a really great moment.
Yeah.
A moment where all Brody's fears and concerns for the town is finally realising I'm actually listening to him. And that great moment when the shark eats the boy, and it's got when it zooms in on his face, he's doing the conjuring, like it's that realisation, like, oh my fucking god, I was right.
Yeah.
And it's not flashy in a kind of Tarantino, ooh, look at the cool effects I can do. Spielberg actually uses that technique for a reason.
Yep.
He uses it to illustrate a character's feelings and emotions, which is the thing camera work should do.
Yep. This is just, I think it's Spielberg's best film.
Yes, it's one of the best, definitely. Yeah,
I think it's just a perfect film.
Yeah, the pacing's great. But the thing is, this is nothing new. Everyone knows this. But
I know, I'm just saying, Jaws is the best film ever made about a shark. I think it's the best blockbuster you could have.
Definitely, yeah.
Sharknado 2 is a cynical attempt to make money off of how bad it is. But there is still some joy in it, so it's not as bad as those terrible Mecha Shark or whatever his films.
Mecha Shark versus Giant Octopus.
There's enough inventiveness in it to make it worthwhile.
Yeah.
Jaws is an easy 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Sharknado 2 is a question mark. You'll enjoy it based on how much you can get out of the film being ironically good.
It's got to be 1 out of 10 though if you're actually going to judge it as like an actual film.
Yeah, of course it's a 1 out of 10. It's dreadful. The acting's awful. Every single moment of it is poorly acted, and like it's gonna go as a 1, but a 10 in an ironic appreciation way.
Okay.
No, I would say not even that.
I want to give it a 10 because it's intentionally made to be bad. Like I would give The Room 1 out of 10, but on an ironic appreciation I'd give it 10 out of 10. If you actually make something intentionally bad, then.
But I think there's still inventiveness in what they're doing.
Okay.
Because it is completely crazy. So yeah, I would say from a filmmaking perspective it's a 1 out of 10. From a ironic appreciation status, maybe a 6.
Okay.
It's definitely worth the 80 minutes because it is funny.
Yeah.
Just don't go in thinking it's going to be the crazy sort of thing that Sharknado 1 was. Sharknado 1 feels like they tried to make a film but had no budget and they just thought that... It feels like some crazy person trying to make...
Well, I think they tried selling Sharknado just based on the title.
Yeah.
Like, Sharknado is... I think it even says it's exactly what you think it is.
Well, the second one as well had a bigger budget, so it sort of isn't as fun.
Yeah, you want
Watch the first one. The second one has no reason to exist.
Yeah.
A bit like the Jaws sequel.
We might get onto them one day.
Yes, I definitely want to watch 4 The Revenge. I've only seen bits of it, but yeah. A 10 and a 1. Jaws, Sharknado 2.